If you're building a business and you've ever thought, no one ever talks about this, I'm Bridget Brady. Welcome to Cocktail Confessions. Our cocktail is Into the Cherry Woods. Our topic is team. Cheers. All right, so I have a huge disclaimer on this episode, and that is, I love my team. I love my team. They're amazing. They're incredible. I literally could not have the business I have today without my amazing team. And one, it took me a long time to get here. I have been hiring team for over 8 or 9 years now. So it took me a long time to get to this team. And two, no matter how much I love my team, sometimes I want to poke them in the eyes with chopsticks, right? No matter how much I love them, sometimes I'm like, I want to poke them in the eyeballs with chopsticks. So I'm going to take you through a few of the trials and tribulations that I went through and how to avoid them. Number one, hiring. So when you are hiring, you must make people jump through hoops. I know, I'm sorry, current team. I know I made you jump through hoops. But here's the thing, you don't want lazy, not go the extra mile team members, right? No. You want team members who are going to jump through hoops for you. You want team members who are going to go the extra mile for you. So that looks like making them follow very specific instructions. In my case, a lot of the things we do are forward client facing, right? On camera, on Zoom. So I have everyone on my team send me a 1 to 2 minute video introducing themselves. And what this does is this weeds people out, right? I've even had people send me angry emails, sort of like, this is ridiculous. Why would I have to send a video of myself, right? And I'm like, bye-bye, delete. Specific instructions, maybe a video introduction, like these are all really good ways to make potential team members jump through some hoops, because guess what? As a small business owner, your team's gonna jump through hoops. It's inevitable. So that's number one. Number two is your onboarding process. So let's talk about onboarding, right? So you've had them jump through some hoops to get the position to begin with. Now let's talk about the onboarding process. So good. All right, so what this looks like in my company is they have typically 2 weeks of training. And so that is video training, watching videos and looking at SOPs. Now look, when I first started hiring team, I did not have video trainings. I did not have SOPs. So I would spend an inordinate amount of time training every single person who came into my company, right? Like I had all my company knowledge in my brain. I didn't have it in videos. I didn't have it on documents. So I would spend weeks training every single person who came into my company. And guess what? Half the time they left after whether it was 4 weeks or 4 months, right? I would spend weeks training them and then they'd leave. So training videos, SOPs, standard operating procedures, and documents. And for 2 weeks, mostly, they get to just get their feet wet and get all trained up. Then they have a month of peer mentorship. So I match them up with someone else in my company who either is their exact same position or a very similar position, and that's their peer mentor for a month. Now, for the first week of that peer mentorship, they spend 4 hours a day, every single day that week, simply shadowing their peer mentor. So they get to learn our company culture. They get to learn how we deal with clients, how we deal with students, right? They get a chance to really watch. So 4 hours of their day is shadowing, and then 4 hours of their day is doing some work. So they have the whole month, though, of peer mentorship. And how I explain it to people coming into my company is I say, look, I'm not going to throw you into the deep end from minute one, right? So you're going to start in the kiddie pool, right? The first 2 weeks is kiddie pool. You get to really just like learn and train. Then we're going to put you in the adult pool, but with water rings. So you're in the adult pool, but you have a peer mentor. So you have someone who's a first point of contact for you for all of your questions and all of your training. So you're in the adult pool, but you have water wings on. Then I lovingly shove them into the deep end because after 6 weeks, guess what? Either they're up to speed and that's great for them and that's great for us, or they're not up to speed. And then depending on who it is, sometimes I'll give them a little more time, of course, but sometimes it's clear that they're not going to be a good fit. And then I have to make a difficult decision. So number 2, our onboarding process. Number 3 is clear expectations. So currently, everyone in my company works virtually. Now, every once in a while, I'll have someone who does work on site or will come into the office. But right now, everyone on my team is 100% virtual. What I love to do is give people some flexibility. Now, we have some standard office hours that sort of everyone needs to work between these general hours now. Let me tell you why. So I hired this gentleman once and I said, look, this is the job, these are the hours, these are the responsibilities, these are the expectations, and there's some flexibility, of course, like you work from home. It's one of the benefits of working for a small business and working from home is you get some flexibility. So he does his training, he's great. He does his peer mentorship month, he's great. And then I can't find him. And then it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Where are you? 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Where are you? Like, I cannot find this gentleman. And so like, as time goes on and I'm like trying to find him and like sometimes he's in and sometimes he's not, and I'm trying to find him. At one point, I'm like, okay, it's time to have a serious conversation here. Like, you are MIA most of the day and this is not going to work for me. And he was like, well, you said I had some flexibility. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And he's like, well, I start my workday at 6 p.m. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I do these other things during the day. So I work, I forget what he said, like from 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. or something, whatever 8 or 9 hours is. And I was like, that is not some flexibility. Like, what are you talking about? So now when someone comes into my company, like there's the earliest time that they can start and there is the latest time that they can end their day so that we all overlap because I have a team all over the country. So I think the thing here that I want to sort of say or impress upon you is very, very clear expectations. Because as much as I think it was a little bit ridiculous, I told him he had some flexibility. So he's like, okay, I'll take that flexibility times 10 and start my workday at 6 p.m. Then number 4, and it depends on your business. So I don't know if you're able to do this, but about half my team has some version of performance-based pay, right? So half my team, it just is what it is, right? My virtual assistant, my graphic designer, like they just make their salary. But a lot of my team have performance-based pay as part of their compensation. So they have a base salary, of course, but then they get bonuses for how many coaching students they have. They get commissions when they make sales. They get bonuses when we have great launches. So the reason that I love this is that it gives people on your team a little more ownership of not only just their tasks, but it gives them a little more ownership of the revenue of the company, of the profits of the company. Because my leadership team and my higher level team, the more money the company makes, the more money they make. The less money the company makes, the less money they make. So I love having an aspect of performance-based pay if you can do it. And since this is Cocktail Confessions, I will end on a little story for you, my friend. So I hired this woman, and this was recent, right? I thought that I had all my ducks in a row. I thought I was so cool. I thought I was too cool for school. This just happened. And so it really just underlines the need to have all of these processes in place. So I had her jump through all the hoops in her interview. She came into the company, she had her onboarding plan ready to go. We took her all the way through onboarding, and this is where I made a mistake, right? Like all the bucks stop here, but I did not have complete clarity of expectation of what she was going to do, or like what was expected of her towards the end of her training. So no word of a lie, this literally happened. She was in a sales position, and she was going to do some role plays with some people on my team. So she did one role play and she did pretty well. And so I was like, hey, you're cleared to do some of these sales calls for me, or for us. You're cleared to do some of these sales calls, knowing that she had more role plays booked, right? Like I knew on the back end she had more role plays booked. I was not clear. I did not say you're cleared to take calls as long as you complete your other role plays. So when my team reached out to her to do these other role plays, she threw a little hissy fit and quit because she was like, Bridget said I was cleared to take calls and I'm not doing any more role plays. Now, on one hand, business owner to business owner, come on. Right? I mean, come on. Like, you have a job with a great company, with a great culture. You have to do some more role plays. Like, a little bit, get over yourself. On the other hand, right, as a business owner, 100%, responsibility, 0% responsibility. On the other hand, if I just would have told her, hey, you're cleared to take calls, but you're still going to complete those other role plays before you get on the phone with our potential clients and students, I could have avoided a whole mess of trouble and a whole hiring cycle. So if you are going to hire a team, truly, it is amazing. It's an incredible way to leverage your time, and it's an incredible way to grow your business and jump them through some hoops, have a really nice, lovely onboarding process that you are as little a part of that as possible so you don't take a ton of your time, and make sure that you set super, super clear expectations for every one of your team members. And then, other than the once in a while that you want to put a little chopstick in their eye, it will happen. You will have an amazing team that you will love. They will love you, and they will serve your business for years and years to come. I'm Bridget Brady. Thank you so much for joining me for Cocktail Confessions. Cheers.